I'm Raj Bardwaj. I'm a doctor down at the Sheldon Schumer Urgent Care downtown. I've been talking about health stuff on TV and on the radio for many years, and I'm happy to be doing this for the city of Calgary to answer some of your questions. So if you've already had COVID, you should still get immunized. We don't know how long or strong your immunity will be, and we think that it's probably going to fade somewhere around the 4 to 6 month mark, whereas the immunization will give you longer immunity and stronger immunity, we think. There's no indication that anything bad will happen to you if you've already had COVID and you get the shot. Better idea to get the shot. Kids absolutely will need to have the vaccine eventually. So far, the data on safety and efficacy of the vaccines for 12 to 17-year-olds hasn't been published yet, but that's coming in the next few months. Once we have that, then we'll know about what dose to give, how often to give, things like that. So just hang on, the kids will be immunized eventually. Yeah, takeout and curbside and stuff like that are relatively safe. Basically what you should do is just remember to wash your hands really well before and after, and try not to touch your face. If you're bringing it home, maybe once you get home, take all the food out and put it onto plates and stuff, then throw away the boxes that it came in, wash your hands, and then you can start eating. Yeah, people worry about allergic reactions versus side effects of COVID, the COVID vaccine. So the side effects are what you get with any vaccine, right? So sore arm, fatigue, muscle aches, maybe a little bit of fever, things like that. But we expect those. Those are signs that your immune system is waking up. Allergic reactions are incredibly rare, and those are the ones that we worry about. The serious type reactions, similar to when people are allergic to peanuts and they eat peanut butter, things like that. Thanks for asking how I'm doing. I'm probably doing the same as you guys are. I'm really tired of this. I'm tired of not hanging out with friends, not going over to people's houses, not being able to share meals at the same table. I would like this to be over. But I know that if I break the rules or if I bend the rules, that puts people at risk. It might be different people for me than it is for you, but the biggest thing we can do right now is stick to the letter of the law and the spirit of the law and not let this stupid virus spread, and then get vaccinated when we can, and we'll have this all over. The virus has already mutated thousands of times. The important part is that it hasn't mutated significantly to the point where the vaccines won't work, or to the point where it's more deadly or more contagious. The mutations happen all the time, and they're just random. Yeah, I mean, if you watch the news, you know that young people die from this virus. Young, otherwise healthy people die from this virus. So yeah, your risk is greatest if you're older, if you're frail anyway, but the risk of dying in a car accident is greater if you're frail anyway. So yeah, that's a total myth, and also it really devalues the lives of people who have built this country, who've built this city. So let's get rid of that idea and just care for everybody around us, please. Yeah, again, total falsehood. We can totally detect influenza and we can detect COVID, and we can detect them separately. So it's not like influenza triggers the COVID test. It's not like COVID infection would trigger an influenza test. No, the tests are just really good. Yeah, lots of countries are chasing zero in terms of infections, and that's a choice that each individual federal government or provincial government makes. I mean, they were essentially chasing zero in the Atlantic, and they've done very well. So that's a question not really for doctors so much as for the politicians. This pandemic will end when enough people have been immunized and have become immune to this virus. When is that? I mean, when the vaccines were first announced, they talked about everybody being able to get it by the end of the year. They've moved that timeline up to maybe everybody in Alberta being able to get vaccinated by September. So it's going to be a few months still. Holiday season is one where traditionally we always get together, we share food, we share drinks, we share a good time. And we just can't do it that way this year. It's only this year. The party that we'll have next year, the parties that we'll have next year are going to be amazing. So let's just all get through this so everybody can be at those parties. We can do this.